In the name of God the Almighty, peace to you. Today I'll try to explain why all labels must be dropped off or removed completely from our daily lives. First of all, what are labels? Labels are whatever identity we allow society or the world in general to project over ourselves or over us, whether it's through bureaucratical measures like identity cards or passports, or whether it's just in the traditions or traditional way of behavior in many societies. What does that mean? It means traditionally, almost everywhere in the world, once a child is born, they count him or count her as someone who has to follow, even without him choosing or her choosing her way, that they should follow the religion or the beliefs or whatever their parents are. That means if the parents are following the Muhammad teachings, the children have to follow them on their footsteps. So they are all called Muslims, for example. Or if the parents were Christian Orthodox, the children will be labeled immediately Greek Orthodox or Maronites or uh, Catholics or Protestant or whatever. So this kind of labelism that start from day one is completely false. This has to stop, and especially in countries or societies where they are still mentioning a religion on the identity card, or try to brush an entire area with one brush, that everybody, for example, there are Muslims or Christians or Jews or whatever. So labelism is hated by God. Why? First of all, each and every individual of us has his own and her own path during this temporary life. So it's very unfair that we project on newborn babies or children or whoever what we as parents believe in. So teaching children all aspects and about the existence of God must come completely from a freedom of choice place. Because the way the parents raise their children play a major role on their future and how they receive or perceive the world around them. And especially in this world, which is full of labelism, and it's establishing more and more this kind of divisions between people. Why God hates this and has proven to us many times through history that He doesn't like divisions. I know now there are many movements like Black Lives Matter or the Council Against Anti-Semitism, or the Islamophobic Center, and all these kind of blah 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 that people love them, and they believe that they are protecting their freedom and they are protecting their you know rights and all these things, while in reality all these communities or centers or whatever organizations they are establishing more and more the divisions between human beings. That means they are taking you over your off your divinity and put you in a box with a label on it called Jew, black, white, yellow, Christian, Muslim, blah blah blah, whatever, gay, bisexual, whatever. So we have to understand that we should not give in to the tendency of belonging to a label. We should refuse to be labeled. There is a divine power within us we have to activate, and it will never be activated as long as we believe that we belong to something less than a godly being. So we have to understand that we have to differentiate how the society fabric today works, how it functions. They show you the problem that, for example, there is Islamophobia, or there is anti-Semitism, or there is hatred against Christians, or or someone homophobic, or whatever, to make you feel that you are threatened. Then you will feel fearful, and then they will come to you with the solution that they are protecting you. We are, for example, care for everybody. We are all equal. If you are all equal, you no longer divide people into labels. And this coexistence, blah blah blah, it's all lies. And it has proven through history time and time again that it won't work. If it could work for a couple of years or even dozens of years, but divisions will remain there, and it will be reactivated whenever there are extremists in power or in place in this religion or that, in this community or that, and all the things. So we have to refuse to be labeled. If we really know the divine within us and we really believe in God and understand God and know God, we refuse to do this. Because, as I stated in previous videos, the collective goal of the human species is to come as one. And oneness cannot be achieved through coexistence or through labels coming together. We have to drop all labels off. There is no other way. All these coexistence, blah, 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 could give temporary solutions for problems, but they will never fix the long-term problem. If we are to become one, we become one. We activate the divinity within us and we act as divine being. That means we no longer abuse the rights of others, or what we don't transgress and we don't cross the red lines towards one another, towards nature, towards animals, towards anything. So oneness is the only way to salvation, and that's why no more labels are allowed. I know many people are very proud of their religion, of their country, of their sexual orientation, of their skin color, or whatever, but that has to stop. Our oneness that we are all divine, but divine being act divinely. When we speak about God as one and the oneness of the divine realm, that's what's all about. We have to bring this oneness here on earth. This is the kingdom of God. We are all equal. We no longer label one another. You are black, I am white. you are yellow, I am gay, you are bisexual, I am straight, you are Lebanese, you are Syrian. All this blah blah blah, I am Jew, you are Christian, you are Protestant, you are Catholic. All this blah 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 has to be removed, erased completely, because it's meaningless. It only establishes divisions and push us into hatred and into feeling like communities divided from one another. So all this policy of divisions and fear that those in power are trying to get you attached to and remain attached to, you have to fight it. You have to activate your divinity and act accordingly. You should no longer feel proud of anything else other than your divine way of life. We have to understand this and apply it on our lives, and we have to raise our children this way. Other way, there will be no hope for this world. So, if you are really godly being, if you are very religious according to Jewish tradition or Muslim or Christian, whatever, or Buddhist or whatever, if you are truly godly and understand the nature of God, it's either you decide which is more precious to you, to be godly or to be under a specific religion. If your religion is more uh, precious for you than God, then keep worshiping your religion instead of God. Don't say you worship God. This must be understood and applied worldwide. And each and every religious leader, each and every politician, each and every head of community is responsible to spread this message and to teach the people the way to salvation. All labels must be dropped off. That's how we come into oneness and love, equality, justice, and peace. Not oneness like the European Union in economy and money and greed and in hatred, or believe in force and power. So all humans are worthy, but we have to help one another see the light of oneness. We have to help people of colors, for example, who still believe themselves less divine. You are not less divine. You have to work on yourself to the degree that you no longer bother if you were insulted in the street. You have to believe that you are divine, not a color. Stop listening to these people who are trying to label you more and more and put you in a box, and establish that feeling in you that you believe you are a color, just a color, or a religion follower, or someone who has sex, who does sex differently than the others. You have to understand that you are divine. No one should be able to cross your red lines, and you should not cross the red lines of others too. We have to live divinely. So that's the message today. I hope everyone who listened to this and believe in it, go and spread the message to his community, to wherever street he lives in, to families, wherever he's in contact with. That's how we can fix this world. Not for 5 years to come, not for 10 years to come, but forever. This is how we bring the kingdom of God here. God is one, human is one. This is a solution. This is a real salvation. This is how we could get immortality. Bye for now.